Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer extraordinaire, practicing out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. My buddy Romel is here on the boards. Everyone give some love to Romel. He's pinch hitting for Skyla and Hooli. They're out partying today, I think. Hope everybody's doing well. I've had a really sort of crummy day. I've been in a bad mood. I've had this black cloud sort of following me around. I have a teenage daughter at home, and if any of you've had a teenage daughter at home, you might have seen some of the emotion, some of the anger, some of the frustration that she's shared with me over the last few days. She was not happy with me last night, and it has carried over to today. So trying to turn it around. Happy to be here with all of you, ready to jump all in. Hopefully this will be the bright spot of my day, my hour that I spend with my immigrant people. Everybody, show me some love. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you're thinking about immigration-wise. This may be the last show of the week. I might do a show tomorrow. I might not. I might do a show on Friday, but I might not. So tomorrow, so I have this whole other thing that I do called Maximum Lawyer, and the first Thursday of the month is our podcast recording. So I'll be recording all day. And then on Friday, I'll be out of the office with Amani Nadella helping plan our annual firm retreat, which is coming up in the middle of November. So all of our people in America will come to St. Louis. All of our people in Argentina will meet together in Buenos Aires and hopefully have a great day. So a great 2 days, a day and a half. As many of you know, we also bought a building. So we're dealing with the logistics of that. There's just lots of moving parts. And today I went to see my weight loss coach, and I had all these construction problems and train problems, and I had a hard time getting there. And then I went to see someone, my therapist, and she was out of town this week, and I forgot to take it off my calendar. So it's been just one of those days, you know. So like I said, we're going to turn it around. We're going to answer some questions today. I see MB's in the waiting room, and poor MB got all offline yesterday because I couldn't get the internet to work. I'm going to go to MB first here in a minute. But like I said, everybody, let us know where you're watching from. If you want to get in the waiting room, Romel has put the link in the chat, and he'll do that again for me. Romel will be keeping track of the comments. And if you can, let us know where you're watching from. And if you have a big immigration question that you think might help other people, we will ask you to come on live and talk to me about that. So let's say hi to MB.
Hey,
what do you say? How you doing, MB?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Sure.
Yes, sir. So I'm on the show today because I came to the U.S. when I was 6, and I was accepted for DACA around like 2015. That's when I got my social security number and everything as well. My problem is I did go to jail for marijuana possession, less than 20 grams. And the last time that I did my DACA application was about 90 days ago for my renewal. And I've just been seeing people get accepted a lot faster. And mine is just, sitting there. I haven't received any updates or anything like that.
Did you get a receipt notice?
Yes, I did.
When did you file it?
August 12th is when they received it.
And was the marijuana charge between the last time you filed and this time you filed?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and was it a misdemeanor, a municipal charge, a state charge? What was the jurisdiction that?
It was in Duval County, Jacksonville. It's like a county. I went to a county jail, and at first they put that it was a felony, that it was over 28 grams, but it really wasn't. I don't know why they did that, but they arrested me on a felony, but it ended up being a misdemeanor in the end.
And did your criminal lawyer and did the judge know that you were an immigrant when you pled guilty to that?
No.
So nobody, as far as they knew, you were a U.S. citizen.
Right.
So you didn't have anybody do research on whether or not the crime for which you pled guilty rendered you deportable or not?
Well, I did the research myself, and it seems like it's not. I saw that for reasons for inadmissibility, it said that if you were caught with less than 20 programs, and it was for personal use. That it wouldn't count against you.
Hmm.
And
Well,
had a public defender. I didn't even have like my own lawyer at that time.
mm-hmm. So I'm not so sure that your research is correct.
Okay.
The intersection of criminal law and immigration is like the most complicated stuff, right? And especially, I mean, I think there's a couple different questions. One, is this going to affect your DACA renewal? Two, is it going to make them put you into removal and revoke your DACA, right? So there's lots of moving parts. I would have suggested talking to an immigration lawyer before, but see, the problem is Florida has state statutes and the federal government has federal statutes, and those things don't always match, right? So before we can say that you're in the clear, I think that you need to have somebody, probably not us because we don't really do this anymore, analyze whether or not that crime renders you inadmissible. Or for the DACA, when you were 6, did you enter without inspection, or did you have a visa and overstay?
No, it was without inspection.
Yeah.
And I haven't left. So
yeah, don't. I mean, for lots of reasons, you shouldn't leave. But even if you had advanced parole with DACA, I would suggest not leaving, because that could be a trigger if this drug conviction is serious enough to get you into trouble. So, what I'm saying is, don't travel. Maybe you could wait to see what happens with the DACA renewal, but also I think you need to be thinking defensively about, how do I find an attorney to research whether or not this makes me deportable or inadmissible.
Okay. And the other thing is, my DACA actually expired like a year ago. So
so there's a gap.
Yeah, there's a gap in there. And I went to jail in like the beginning of 2020. Yeah.
So when you went to jail, you were still in DACA, and then after it had expired?
Mm-hmm.
So now, one thing that I'm not sure about, there's this asshole judge. I shouldn't say that. There's this judge down in Texas who keeps ruling against DACA every chance he gets.
Right.
And one of those rulings, I know, prohibits Homeland Security from issuing new DACA applications. And when there's a gap like that of a year, I don't know if that's considered a renewal or if it's a new application. Did you file it as a new application?
No, I did get an immigration lawyer for my renewal, and she filed it as just a renewal.
Okay. That's a good question. I'm not sure about that one. So you might want to email me about that, and I can look into it for you if that constitutes a new filing or a renewal. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Might be why you haven't heard anything.
Right. I think so too. And so one last thing. I have my own business, a marketing and advertising agency. And last year it make over 100,000. And I was thinking, I'm also like an artist, and I've like charted on like Billboard charts and stuff like that, and many different charts and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, would I qualify for the O-1B?
You can't change your status out of DACA or out of being undocumented into a non-immigrant visa like an O-1. You can't.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, MB.
Thank you so much.
See you, buddy. Good luck. All right. Let's say hi to Abdul Rahman. Hi, Abdul Rahman.
Hi. Give me a second. Hi there. Thanks. Yeah, I'm in a better place now. Thanks for having me here. So here is my question, sir. Me and my wife, we both went to United States in 2014 on B1, B2. Then about after three and a half months, I changed my status to F1. We applied for it for myself and F2 for my wife. Okay, so it took almost a year and a half for our F1 to be approved. During that period of time, we had a baby boy that was born in 2015 in Alabama, Georgia.
Okay.
So after he was born, I got my F1 approved uh, in December 2015. Uh, yeah, after that, I went to the college. My wife and my son, being a US citizen, they traveled to India in 2016. So after that, my wife and my son, my wife went for an interview for F2 in India, but they rejected, citing 221B. Uh, they didn't give any reason for it. They said 221B.
Hmm.
Then we applied for like 3 times, but they all, I mean, all the 3 times they keep on rejecting her.
Sure.
I completed my studies, went to work for a year on OPT, and then I got my OPT renewed for another 2 years. Uh, I went to India. But I had 2 years of OPT left on my OPT work. But when I went to India for interview, they didn't give me the visa either.
Are
So
you surprised? Wait, were you surprised by that?
no, no.
Okay.
We didn't plan actually it happened uh, like that. I mean, she had to go. I never thought that it's gonna be so much issue getting visa back in India.
Wait, 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 wait. Wait a minute. First of all, they don't like it when people come on a B1, B2 and then apply for an F1. They don't like that.
Yes, I know.
They don't like it when people apply for an F2 for the spouse, and they sure don't like it when they then have a kid in the United States.
All right. And so
So,
my main question here is, sorry to interrupt you. As my son, he's been away about 4 years from in India. I
mhm.
renewed his passport. So my question is, will he be having any problem later on coming back to States?
Who, him?
Yes.
As long as he has a passport, he can come whenever he wants.
Okay, that was my main question. Uh, let's say if I didn't get my visa, I mean, haven't applied since then after 2020. I never applied for a visa. I'm in Canada now. But let's say if I apply for a B1, B2 again, do you think it's gonna be an issue for me and my wife
I don't think they're letting you in until your son's 21.
on any visa?
Mm-mm. No, they're not going to give you a B1 because you didn't do what you said you were going to do. When you applied for the
Right,
B1, B2, you said you're going to come home after 6 months, but you didn't do that.
right.
So they're going to punish you.
Absolutely. I can see that. But as far as my son is concerned, he can travel, let's say if he's 18, right? Or I mean, before that, if he wants to go.
I mean, I don't know what the rules are with the planes and everything, but he's a U.S. citizen. He should be able to enter whenever he wants.
Okay, that was my main question.
Okay, cool.
So
Good luck.
him.
Thanks, Abdul Rahman. See you, buddy. Next up, Luis. Hi, Luis.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
I got my Padres hat on, so I don't know if we can talk.
Oh, man.
How you doing?
That was a sad loss.
Yeah, it was. The Phillies are fire, man. 5 home
I
runs
know.
last night. It's something. It's
Well,
something.
hey, Jim, I'm just here to let you know I finally got my green card.
Nice.
It took about 9 months. They waived my interview. Just had a quick question because I had DACA, so that I don't have to worry about it anymore, right?
Right. If you get your green card. Yeah. So did you get advanced parole on DACA and then that's how you get your green card?
Correct. Yes.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, no, DACA's over for you. You're a lawful permanent resident. You're one step away from citizenship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got a what's it? I have to remove conditions after 2 years. We've been married for a year. But yeah, no, they waived my interview, and I just received the green card just yesterday.
Fantastic. That's awesome, buddy. Congratulations. I'm really happy for you.
Thanks, Jim. I just wanted to tell the immigration community, just be patient, and time will come, and definitely, thanks to the God and everything.
Awesome, buddy. Love you. Love it. Congrats.
All right, Jim. Keep doing the
Hey,
hard
brother.
work, and just wanted to say hi.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. See you, bud.
All right, bye. Take it.
That's awesome. That makes us happy. That's why we do all this stuff. That's why we have this crazy show, because we want to talk to great people like Luis, who just got his green card yesterday. And just so you guys understand what actually happened, So he had DACA, and under the Biden administration, they are willing to give people advanced parole. He left the United States, re-entered on advanced parole, and that allowed him to get a green card based on marriage without having to go through the waiver, going to the consulate, and all that stuff. So it does matter who's in the White House. Under the Trump administration, that would not work. It ended towards the end of the Obama administration, and Luis sailed right through. And to me, it's pretty amazing that he got his green card without an interview. So they must have really believed that marriage, and they gave him that green card. That is pretty darn good in my book. Say what I say, all the bad things that I say about Biden, but that's pretty darn good. All right, let's say hi to Fahad. Hi, Fahad.
Hey, thank you for having me. Can you hear me good?
Yep, I got you.
Okay, so I'm on H-1 status. I came on F1 visa in 2016 December, and now my status changed. My employer applied for me. I work as a network engineer, and my employer applied, and I got the H-1 approved. The status started from this October. I do not have the H-1 visa stamped. However, I'm thinking to do that, but I'm also going to apply for VAWA petition in November or December upcoming. I'm just preparing my documents and stuff.
VAWA, wait, hold on. We were on H-1B, and then all of a sudden you took a right turn. Where does VAWA come in?
Yeah, so VAWA comes in. So I got married to my wife in last year in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So and after that, things have not been well, very, very bad. So I have a lot of evidence and what you can say, evidence and documents. I also have a call records to 911 and other stuff. So the question to you, I wanted to ask you that I will be filing VAWA in November or December, but if I want to, I know that you can apply for travel document and also you can apply for the EAD, but I already have an EAD through H1. So how would that make sense? So
what do you mean? What do you mean you have EAD through H-1B? You mean you have the ability to work, not that you have a work card.
Okay, so when I apply for the work permit, I can work for any employer through VAWA?
Technically, yes. I'm going to encourage you to not leave the United States until you get your green card. You can do that if you want, but you have a complicated immigration history. I mean, you have the H-1B. So if you leave the United States on the H-1B, you're going to need to go to the embassy to get a stamp. What embassy would you have to go to?
Pakistan.
So they're terrible. Islamabad is a terrible embassy. You could get stuck outside the United States.
So I should not, but if I get my travel document, advance parole on VAWA, would that?
My advice is do not leave until you get your green card. I don't put much faith in DACA. I'm sorry, VAWA advanced parole. You can do it if you want, but only if you can afford to be out of the United States for 6 months if they screw you.
Okay, and I cannot apply for H-1B stamping after have applied for VAWA, or that will?
No, you can, but the last thing I want you to do is be waiting on that goddamn embassy in Islamabad, because watch this show and listen to all the people who get stuck. That guy that just called, he got stuck out in India because he was trying to get a visa stamp. Now, you're not as complicated as him, but I mean, can you afford to be out of the United States for 6 months?
No, I'm working, so
forget it. Wait till you get your green card. It's going to be 2 or 3 years before you leave the United States. That's my advice.
So right now the process, I checked the processing time. It says 30 months. So would that take the whole 30 months for VAWA, even if the case is strong?
Yep. Just slow. It's slow. It's real slow. It's one of the slowest.
Oh, wow. And can you work while waiting for the VAWA, or no? Like, so I'll be on that one, right? So it doesn't really matter.
You can work for the H-1B employer. Then if you get an EAD through VAWA, then you could quit your job and not work for the H-1B employer anymore.
Okay. But that one, okay. How long that takes to get approved for that?
The work
when you
hard?
apply for VAWA. Yeah,
Yeah.
when you apply for
Take
VAWA.
anywhere between 18 and 20, 24, 28 months. It takes a while.
Oh, okay.
So it's not gonna be automatic or quick.
So I just have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Fahad. See you, buddy.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Later. My friend Robert out on the West Coast has an interesting comment. There must be some online guide on the dark web that says apply for VAWA and get a green card that way. Robert, I 100% agree with you. I've said it before on this show. I think there's some textbook that says come to the United States on a B1, B2, get married to a U.S. citizen, make your claim of abuse, and then file an I-360. Now, obviously, there are definitely U.S. citizens that abuse their spouses, but if you listen to this show, it's surprising how often that actually comes up. So I do think there's an online guide, a book, a show, I don't know, a secret way. I see what I see, Robert, more than anything are spikes by country, where all of a sudden there's all these male VAWA guys from one country applying for VAWA. Now, I don't mean to discount anybody's case. No reason to get mad at me or anything, but this is what I observe. All right, Francois is here. Francois, are you with us? Hello?
Hello,
How are you?
Jim, I cannot hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Oh, God.
She's having trouble with her audio. Maybe we can figure that out and get her back on. Let's say hi to Levi. Hi, Levi.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good, good. I have a very simple question that I can't find online.
Okay.
It's a consular process. So
Okay.
I'm on NVC already. My papers are already in VC, but they asked for additional documents, which I submitted already. Do you know of a time frame on when they will review my submitted additional documents, not
So
the original ones?
what is your DS-260 based on? Is it marriage or work?
Marriage. I'm petitioning my wife.
So you're the U.S. citizen?
Yes.
What embassy?
Philippines, Manila.
The worst embassy there is. When did USCIS approve the I-130?
May of this year.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay. And so then when were you documentally qualified?
No, it's not documentary qualified yet.
Oh,
It's
she
still
didn't
in
have
the NVC.
it's still the NBC, no interview yet.
Yes, yes. So it's still in the NVC part, wherein I submitted all documents. They accepted the ones that I submitted, but they asked for additional documents.
What did they ask for?
W-9 and 1099.
For you or for a co-sponsor?
For
or
me.
both?
For
And
me.
are you well above the earning for the last 3 years?
Yes.
Okay, so why didn't you submit that stuff the first time?
Because I submitted the whole tax return form, which includes the 1099 and
they're
the
too dumb.
W-2.
They're too dumb to find it.
So that's what I guess. So
Yeah.
I just basically submitted it. So I
Okay.
submitted it. But the question now is, do you know of the time frame or guesstimated time frame when they actually review it again?
I mean, it doesn't really matter because Philippines are so backed up. They could review it today or they could review it a year from now, and either way, you're still going to be waiting. So I don't know of an embassy that's slower than Manila.
Yeah. All right.
So I think that it'll probably be another 6 or 8 months before they actually DQ you, and then it'll be another year until at least. I mean, check the message boards, check what everybody else is saying about Manila, but you're sort of just getting started with that embassy. I mean, you're not even at that embassy yet.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything yet. So okay, all right, that's all I have.
See you,
Thanks,
buddy.
Jim.
Yeah,
All right,
later. All right, everybody, go ahead and let us know if you haven't in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from, what's going on in your world. We're going to get to some more calls here in a minute. I see a lot of people leaving comments. I got to tell you guys, I told you at the beginning that I was sort of crabby, but I'm feeling better. and I am going to do a show tomorrow. I'll do a show tomorrow at 4. So, Romel, I don't know if you saw in the thing where we announced tomorrow's show, but I'll be doing one tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So, we'll see you guys then. Let's go ahead and say hi to Jacob. Hi, Jacob.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Right. I had a question regarding N400. If somebody were to apply for the N400, one interview, and then he was scheduled for a second interview, and then that got denied. What does one do from here on out?
You mean it got canceled or denied?
It got denied based on the fact that the applicant could not speak proper English or speak English proper enough to communicate his answers.
So Mr. X applies for citizenship. He goes through the process. He gets fingerprinted. They do the background check. He gets scheduled for his interview. He shows up for his interview. Did he pass the test?
Yeah, the civics and the history test, he passed them, and then
the officer said, I can't. We're not being able to communicate because you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Right. So it's like the other questions, such as how long have you been here? Where have you been? What do you work? Like the little ones, but the ones that have importance, and the applicant couldn't.
How long ago did that happen?
October 7. This.
Oh,
month.
so just like 4 weeks ago.
Something like that. Which
field office?
New York.
So typically, what they do is sometime after 60 days, you actually get 2 shots at it. So they should bring the person back before. Did they actually issue a denial notice, or did they say they did?
They did. It's a denial office. It's a decision sent in the online account.
Have you seen the actual decision?
Right, I have.
Okay. That's unusual. I've had this happen probably 3 or 4 times, and they've always brought the person back one more time for a second chance. On one time, I remember the first time this happened, I had a lady who, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt. There were 2 interviews, like the first one and then the second one.
Yeah, so they have to refile when they're ready.
So they're like the applicant has a DV lottery green card. He came here on a green card.
Okay.
That he's not gonna get deported or anything, right?
Oh no, he's still a green card holder. No, he just didn't get his naturalization.
And can he apply reapply for a green card after its expiration, 10-year expiration?
He can and he should.
And because I think that the language requirement is waived after 15 years of residence in the United States, and if the applicant is above 55 years old.
Right. There's a chart that shows if it's. I think it's 15 years 55, 20 years 60, or something like that.
Because the applicant is a person very close to me, and I was thinking about going to the judge and to somehow kind of reverse the decision. But if there is no emergent, because I thought he was going to get deported.
No. Mm-mm.
So like everything's okay, right? I mean, everything has been paid, the taxes, everything, no criminal record,
there's no tickets,
nothing.
I mean, the only thing would be if his green card's expired, if he wants to leave the United States, he should renew that.
That's the green card doesn't. The green card doesn't expire in 3 years. After 3 years, it will expire.
So you're good. He's good.
Okay then. Can we?
He doesn't have to become a citizen.
But he wants to, because just in case he ever leaves the U.S. Or wants to leave some other country.
Then he needs to get his English skills up. Okay,
I understand. And one last question: when is the next time? I think should there be a time period of quiet before he ever applies for the second time? Can he apply, for example, next year?
For some denials, that's true. He could apply today.
Oh, I see.
Not for he doesn't have to worry about that.
Okay, thank you very much, Jim. You put my mind at ease. Thank you very much.
Good, Jacob. I'm glad. That's why I do this.
For everything that you do. We appreciate it. I follow your show every time.
Thanks, man. See you, buddy. All right. Well, hopefully that close family member to Jacob can pull it off. I was about to say that the first time this happened to me was down in Memphis, and it was the spouse of a longtime client, and she lived at home with their little kids, and she spoke only Arabic at home, and her English was really rough. She passed the test, but it was really funny. The officer had a really deep Southern accent. She talked like this, and she asked my client, there's all those yes/no questions on the N400, all of which might make someone ineligible for citizenship. So she was asking her, have you ever been a drug dealer? Ever been a prostitute? And then she said, have you ever helped anyone enter the United States illegally? And my client heard the word helped, and she was thinking of the oath questions, which is, if there's a natural disaster or famine or war, that you'll help. And she goes, help, yes, I'll help. So the officer stopped the interview, and my client had to come back 6 weeks later. I had to go back down to Memphis, and we got her citizenship. But so you always get two shots at it, if it's for failing the test or for your English not being up to snuff. I had it happen up here in St. Louis a couple times too. All right, let's see who's next. PJ, you're next.
Oh, hello, Jim. Sorry.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing great, sir. How are you?
Great.
All right. So I filed a FOIA in August, and the immigration files that I have, all the immigration documents that I had submitted thus far to USCIS are my I-130 and 485 and 751.
Okay.
And I was asking for all three of those.
Why?
Because I'm getting ready to, I'm trying to get ready to file for my naturalization, and I want to make sure I have all of that information lined up.
Okay.
Then they responded with a partial denial. They only sent back the 751, and I just wanted to ask what you think might be the reason for that and what you think I should do. I mean, they gave me the option to appeal, and I'm like,
what did you ask for when you filled out your FOIA? What documents did you ask for?
Exactly. Yeah, I asked for specifically the I-130, the 485, and the 751.
Well, so technically, your spouse would be the one to request the I-130. I've often seen them keep that from the beneficiary. The 485, though, that's you, so they should have given you the 485.
Yeah, because now they have this number that they have you call to basically ask what I'm asking you now, but they never pick that up. They have you leave a message and say they'll call you, and they never do.
Sure.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't. So would you say file an appeal or just refile the FOIA?
You don't have copies of your 485?
Well, I do. Well, they are with the attorney. I think the attorney that I used when I first filed those years back might have them. I'd have to get in contact with them, but
that's probably gonna be easier.
Oh yeah. I'll probably just do that. I mean,
I wouldn't mess around with those fools.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you for your help.
You got it, PJ. Good luck, buddy.
Bye.
See ya. All right. So let's see where everybody's watching from today. All right, let's see here. Well, Sheldon's here, of course, and Romel, thank you. Oh, Omar wanted me to answer his quick question. Could you please answer my question? According to your experience, after how long waiting to apply for the N400 with pending I-751? I have a whole video on this, Omar. Go look for it. It's all about whether or not you should wait to file your N400 till your 751 is adjudicated or not. So if you watch that video, it has your answers in there. We got Barbados. Everybody's saying hi to Sheldon. Let's see. Everyone loves Sheldon. Wee's saying hi to me and Nora as always. Thank you. We got Luis. He was on from Los Angeles. Got his green card yesterday. We got Mrs. Cameron in Florida. We got Amar's in Texas. Nevada's here. Tampa, Florida, Ghana, always. Texas, Finland. Thank you, Adams, for saying I'm looking strong. I appreciate that. We got Texas. Gringo Kids, happy with the job we're doing, and we thank you for the support. George is in Dubai. Pam's in Virginia. Dovelet likes my cap. Let me turn it back around. I like it better the other way. I need a haircut, which is why I'm wearing it. Mar's asking about my diet. Yeah, Amar, I lost 60 pounds, so I've been doing great on that. We got Queens, Miami, New York, Ocean Springs, MD, New Jersey, Seattle, Florida, of course. Cindy B, always here. I think I saw Rocio too in Columbus. Let's see. Sheldon's got a whole side deal going. I don't know what that's all about. All right. I think that's it. So we got Chicago. We got Robert's joining in with me on the San Diego front. Tampa, Virginia Beach, Delaware, Columbus, Columbia, Maryland, New Jersey. Islamabad is bad for sure. The embassy, not the city. Looks like Maine. We know Robert's in LA. We got the US, Delaware, Columbia, Charlotte, North Carolina, and North Dakota. All right. So let's say hi to Sweetie. What's up, Sweetie?
Hey, Sweetie. Hey, how are you?
You can call me Sweetie.
I actually talked to you a few weeks ago. I had my citizenship interview and I passed,
Nice.
which is great. But I just checked my USCIS account and saw that my oath ceremony is scheduled for when I will be out of the country. And I'm waiting for the notice in the mail, and I still haven't gotten it. I was wondering, can I preempt that by printing off the PDF off of the website and just mailing that in?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's all I had.
Awesome. Congrats, Sweetie. Happy for you.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Later. All right. That was Sweetie. We're happy for her. Let's say hi to Zeta. Hi, Zeta.
Hi.
How are you?
My phone about to die. I'm on 15%, so
We won't take that long.
My question is about I-485 and
Okay.
90-day rule. Is there any exemption for parents?
You mean 45 day? You mean applying early before the 90 days?
Yes.
When did the person enter the United States?
Oh, nobody entered anywhere yet. I just want to know.
So no, the rule applies to parents as well. There's no difference for immediate relatives, parents or spouses. It's all the same, because the whole question is whether or not you had immigrant intent. So if you entered on a non-immigrant visa, if you got the non-immigrant visa and said, I'm just going to visit my child or going to visit to do tourism stuff, if you then turn around and apply for a green card right away, then that's a problem, and that's where you get into trouble. So it's no different for parents versus U.S. citizens.
Okay, so it's not safe to file anything before 90 days.
60 is what you really need to worry about. 90 is what they worry about when you enter, but it's really the 60 days is the whole shooting match.
Oh, okay. All right. That was my question. Thank you.
That was
so
easy.
much.
Thank you, Zeta. All right. Let's say hi to Joseph. Hi, Joseph.
Hello, sir. How are you? Thanks that you're on live. Thank you for the opportunity.
You got it.
Sir, I am from Holland. I was in 2 weeks ago in Albany, New York, and I was with my kids and family. You know, my cousin lived there, but she don't want to help me. And I want to come to Canada or America to driving a truck. I'm a truck driver in Holland. I drive airport Schiphol to London Heathrow and all Europe. I'm driving, more than 25 years experience. I don't know which way I can apply. You know, I don't know no way to get a visa, because I am a visa waiver, which I can come 3 months. I really want to come longer.
So you should apply for the diversity visa every year. That's going to be your best bet. It's a lottery, but every year people get picked.
Yeah, I'm doing, sir. But last year I don't get. I don't hope this year I get. And
but as far as coming to the United States to work as a truck driver, that's going to be really hard. I don't think you're going to be able to get a green card based on that, and I don't think you're going to be able to get a work visa based on that. The rules just aren't set up for a lot of manual jobs. So I don't think you're going to be able to get a visa to come work as a truck driver.
I'm also a cook. I'm also electric engineer. I don't have a diploma, but I'm also a car mechanic. Thus, I'm also a handyman. No, I have a lot of skill.
Right, but none of those are the kind that people get visas for. Cooks, it's really hard to get a visa for a cook. It's really hard to get a visa for a mechanic. It's probably not going to happen.
Anybody cannot give me like a job offer, something like this? There is no way.
No, I mean the work visas are pretty much set aside for people with specialty occupations.
Yes,
specialty occupations usually involve a specific degree in a certain field, and the fields that you've mentioned are usually not ones that they're going to give an H-1B for.
I really love to come. I was there. My kids don't want to go away. They love there, and I was traveling with Niagara Falls there, Canada, America this side by I really I don't know. I'm trying, and yes, I go some companies to give me for job, and they will say I need driving license and everything. I have all the driving license, but they say you need experience. America. I said, sir, if you can drive Amsterdam or Brussels, you can drive any place in the world. Holland is very small. Everything is here quite small.
All right, thank you, Joseph. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, thank you,
buddy. All right, let's say hi to Krish. Hi, Krish.
Hello, Jim, sir. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you great. Thanks.
Okay. Before I ask my question, I want to convey my thanks to you. With all your, I regularly watch your channel, and with all your support, we were able to successfully got my citizenship approved, both for me and my wife. So I wanted to start with my thank you note first. And I wanted to follow your advice. You always mentioned that don't just rely on the passport for child. You also try to get the N600.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I have 2 questions in that regard. So my wife has birth certificate. In one of the questions, they list down birth certificate for parent as one of the requirement, as one of the document when we file N600 for the child. My wife has a birth certificate, but I don't have. So can I ask my wife to file the N600 on behalf of the child to get that approved, or?
Sure, but you should get a birth certificate. Why don't you have a birth certificate?
No, I was never registered. I mean, my child has a birth certificate. My wife has, but no, I don't have it.
What country are you from?
India.
Have you tried to get a birth certificate?
Yeah. They mentioned that if we file it later, it's not possible to get it. So we can get the non-availability of birth certificate, but the actual certificate, no, it's tough to get. If we do file it later.
But have you tried?
Yes.
You tried to get a birth certificate in India?
Yes, I tried, and I got the non-availability of birth certificate from the registrars of birth and death registration office.
Do you still have a copy of that?
Yeah, I sent that when I filed my 485 long back. I sent that copy. So I sent that certificate. So I don't have it right now with me.
Yeah, so I think going through your wife and having her apply first, is having her be the one to fill it out. I think that's fine. I think that's a good approach. But I still think you should. At the same time, I would go ahead and try to get it.
Get the actual birth certificate,
or the certificate of non-availability for you.
Oh, okay.
Because they might ask for it while the case is pending.
Okay.
All right.
I do have a copy of it, though I don't have.
Oh yeah, just that. All you need is a copy. Yeah, just a copy. That's all you need.
Okay. Yeah, I do have that. And the second question is, when we file the passport for the child, we have to surrender the green card of my child, right? The original green card.
Say that again.
When we file the passport, submit the passport application for the child, we have to surrender the original green card, right?
Who told you that?
I was referring the online materials. Is that the case, or I'm wrong?
I don't know. I've never heard that before.
Oh, okay.
It might be true, but that it seems a little strange to me because the green card is a Homeland Security document. The passport is a Department of State document. So that would surprise me.
Okay. Because my son is actually 10 years old, sir. So will he get for when we file CEN 600? He will have to attend a interview for 600, or it's
No,
just
they
like the document will be mailed.
They don't do interviews for N600s.
Okay, just the biometrics. Once the biometric is done, they'll just mail the certificate to home.
No, there'll be a ceremony. He'll have to go. You'll be there with a bunch of little kids.
Oh,
and
okay.
Yeah, but there'll be a ceremony.
Okay. Got you. So that time you have to surrender the green card, not while
Probably. I would think
that doing the passport application. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm wanted to get your legal help to file the N600, sir.
Sure. Yeah, we're doing one right now. Happy to help.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Krish. See you, buddy. All right, that was Krish. Always happy to hear about people getting their citizenship, and even more happy hearing people get their kids all squared away. Let's say hi to Paul. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Jim.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, so Jim, I'm from Nigeria. I'm having issues with my elder sister, though she's been coming to America for God knows when. And she have an interview for yesterday, and they canceled her appointment Wednesday last week due to the terror alert that happened in the capital of Nigeria. So they canceled her interview. So I was just thinking in my mind that she can go apply in the neighboring country, Benin, and Togo. It's like 30 minutes flight from Lagos. So I just want to know if it's possible, if she can do that.
In theory, yes. In reality, no. They're going to give her a hard time. I don't think that's a good plan. They don't like it when people, remember, they're lazy. They don't want to do other countries' work. So they won't like it that she applied in Togo. I think technically she can do it, but I don't think it's going to work.
Okay. What about the situation where she have good reasons? Because her daughter is here. She had a bachelor's here, a master's. She's doing a doctorate degree. So she really needed to be here for her graduation.
You can try it.
Yeah, because I kind of check. I did one for somebody, but the person married somebody from Benin Republic, though she's originally from Benin Republic, but she live in Nigeria. So she used her passport, went back there, and applied.
Different. That's different. Yeah. I don't know if the system will let your sister try that, but she can try.
Yeah, because the application, you don't even need to pay money like they do in Nigeria. You have to pay before you even start the process. But in Benin, you don't even pay money. On that day, that's when you pay. So she's just a little bit skeptical. She says she don't want anything like denial. She's been coming here for the past 15, 16 years, and she keep getting her 2 years every other time. So she just don't want to test that thing called deny.
Has she tried to reschedule the canceled appointment?
Oh, they just canceled it on Wednesday last week. And the whole consulate, they all left back for America. They left the country because there's a terror alert.
So that might be one reason why you could try Togo or Benin. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's all I have. Thank you. And you're really doing great work. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. See you, buddy. All right, let's say hi to Abi. Hi, Abi.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Actually, I had a doubt. Recently, I got a Illinois citation under theft under $300 in Walmart.
You're on an F1?
Yes, I'm an F1 student.
So how long ago did this happen?
So it happened on Sunday under $300. So I got a ticket from the Illinois Police Department.
Yep.
So I contacted the lawyer today, and she told that She will take care of the situation and she will attend to the court hearing. So she said that you're not a mandatory to go to the court. I will take care of everything. Is that true or?
Yeah, that's probably true. What municipality is it in Illinois?
I'm sorry?
What city did this happen in?
It's in Madison County.
Madison County. Oh, so right by me.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm in St. Louis. Okay, well, here's the thing. You're probably going to get a letter or an email from the embassy in your home country in about a week or two, and they're going to revoke your F1. They don't even wait for you to be convicted now. If you get a DUI or a shoplifting charge on an F1, typically what they'll do is they'll revoke that F1. So you're not going to be able to leave the United States, because if you leave the United States, then they're not going to give you a new visa if your visa has expired. Has your visa expired?
No.
Well, then the next time you leave, I think you might have if you leave after that expires, you're going to have a problem. But they're going to revoke that F1. So they were going to force you to go back to the embassy. So you don't have to leave the United States now. You could stay here. You could get OPT. You could get an H-1B. You could get a green card. You could get citizenship. But if you leave before you get your green card, you're going to have to go to the embassy, and they're going to give you a hard time for that shoplifting charge.
So today I asked my lawyer regarding this situation. She said you can go to your country and come back again. There is no problem. So is that true about that?
I don't think anyone can say that there's no problem, because CBP could look it up and see that your visa was revoked. If your visa gets revoked, I would strongly suggest that you not leave the United States until you get a green card.
Okay. So she said that today, like, you can leave the country and you can come back. There is no problem with that. So I thought it is true.
An immigration lawyer told you that?
No, she gave a immigration lawyer number. I contacted him, but I took his appointment in the next week, so I didn't talk with him.
There's nothing. You don't need to talk to an immigration lawyer. There's nothing they can do for you. Your visa is going to be revoked, and once it's revoked, you should not leave the United States. Or if you do leave the United States, you should assume you're not going to come back for 6 months or a year or whatever. They don't like it when people come on an F1 and then get charged with shoplifting.
Okay. So is there any alternate thing to do?
Nope. All right, Abby, see you, buddy.
See you. Thank you.
All right, so just a reminder to everybody that when you're here on an F1, you're barely in the United States. They can get rid of you like that. So you don't have you don't have most of the protections that most people have, green card holders and those kinds of people. So it's just unlikely. Abby could get in big trouble if he left the United States. All right, let's say hi to Isabella. Hi, Isabella.
Hi, how are you, Jim? Thank you so much for accepting the call.
Sure.
So I am currently in Panama, and my issue is basically I'm a U.S. citizen, but I'm married. I'm legally married. I was married here in Panama, and I have 2 children with my husband. Now, I am living abroad, so I've been here now for close to 8 years and working here and living here. So now we're looking to go back to the States. My husband doesn't have a visa or anything. I filed for the form I-130.
Yep.
And we have now 5 months left, luckily. But the next step is sponsorship. How can I do that if I haven't worked in the States?
What does that mean you have 5 months left? You mean the processing times?
Yes, processing time is 5 months left from what they told me on the.
You can't. Don't believe those fools on that. So don't. When did you file the I-130?
December. Oh, I'm sorry, April the 25th.
And what address did you use for your residency? Did you list an address in Panama, or did you list an address in the United States?
So what I did was I let them know that I was currently living in Panama, but I also put an American address, my grandmother's address, back in Florida.
So was the last time you were physically in the United States 8 years ago, or have you come and gone back periodically?
No, it's been 8 years ago since I came back. I left when I was 18, and I came here, married, got kids, stayed here, and now things are very, very, very difficult here in Panama. So that's when I was like, okay, you know what? Let's grab our stuff and let's go. We filed for the form.
Yeah. So the kids have their passports?
Yes. Yes, they do.
Okay. So you have two problems. You don't have one problem. You have two problems. One is sponsorship, and two is residency. So the first thing you need to understand is that the State Department doesn't like to give immigrant visas to the spouses of Americans who don't live in America. Does that make sense?
It does.
So sometime in the next 5 months or so, before the time that your I-130 gets approved, you need to go back to grandma's house and you need to establish your domicile there. You need to get a driver's license there. You need to open up some utilities there. You need to get a lease there. You need to get the kids. You need to get information about the kids going to school. You need to get library cards. You need to get a bank card, all that stuff. Because you, at the State Department, you're going to have to show that you, Isabella, intend to reside in grandma's house.
Okay. So far, what I do already have is I'm filing my taxes right now as we speak, and I have a bank account over there. I've been working on my credit. I don't know if
you need to be there. You need to physically be there. You need to reestablish domicile. You've been gone for 8 long years, and you need to do your tax returns for 2021, 2020, and 2019, not just this year.
That's what I'm doing that today. What was your question, Harold?
No, there is no way that we can get that done without.
Okay, is there any way that I can get that done without me having to leave Panama?
They will not give him a green card. They will not give him a visa if you haven't resided in the United States in the last 8 years. There's no way.
Okay, so I need to go there before his papers finish. Got that. And what was the other problem I had?
The co-sponsor. You're going to need a co-sponsor. You have to find one.
Does it have to be a family member? Or can it be a friend?
It just has to be a U.S. citizen or green card holder.
Okay, and if I don't get one, that's it. How can I get him over to the States?
He's not coming if you don't get a co-sponsor. If you don't have any earnings for the last 3 years, if you have paid 0 taxes the last 3 years, you have to have a co-sponsor.
Got that. Okay, and my last question before I let you go is there any possible way that maybe we can apply for a visa, tourist visa or something, and then once in the States, I'm just trying to do something to where I don't have to separate our family, because if I leave, I have to take the 2 kids with me.
But you can go for a week. I'm not saying you have to go live there. You just need to go there and reestablish your domicile. You can do all that stuff in a week or 2. You don't need to go forever.
Oh, okay. Just get all my paperwork, start making it seem like I'm living there, like an active resident, basically.
Yep. So that when the time comes, they see a plan. There's got to be a plan for why should we give a green card to some dude whose wife doesn't even live here? That's what they're saying, right?
Yeah.
So I would say Isabella gets a little trip home. She can leave the kids. The kids don't need to come. You can go up to America, go see grandma, establish your domicile and find a co-sponsor.
Okay.
If we want to hire
Well, and as far as the visit visa, do I think it's likely that the embassy in Panama is going to give a non-immigrant visa to the spouse of a U.S. citizen when both children have passports? So the whole family is going to be there. Do I think they're going to give dad a visit visa? I do not think that they will. I think that's a waste of time and money.
Okay. Yeah, I think they're going to look like we're trying to trick the system. And so, okay. Perfect. If I want to hire your services, let's say I want to go ahead and hire you to help me with this process. Is it worth it? Like, should I do that? Or is this something super easy that I could just do on my own?
I don't think it's super easy. I do think we can help you. I think your husband might have emailed me today because I had a similar Panama email in the last day.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I strongly suggest, we have people who do this all day long. I strongly suggest that you hire us with this. Yep.
Okay, you guys sent me an email, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about your services. Then I'll write back the email, and then that's a different conversation. Okay.
Just real quick, one of the commenters said you should apply for a job or 2 while you're up there as well. That helps too, to establish your residency.
And then and work there for like maybe a month?
No, not work. not work, but just sort of show that you're making efforts towards applying to a job or something.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna write you in the email so we can see about getting your services then. Thank you so much, Jim. You have no
Thanks,
idea how
Estella.
much you help people.
Awesome.
Bye.
Have a great day. Okay, bye. All right, all right. That's what we do here. We try to make people feel better. We thank our friend Romel. Gracias. Thanks so much. I will be back tomorrow. Like I said, 4:00 Central. We will be back here doing the show. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great night.